Take the time to smell the roses. Easier said than done, right? Every day when you're on your grind out there pushing harder and harder to accomplish your dreams and your goals. I know because I've been in this position as well, and still from time to time drift in and out of it myself. But taking the time to smell the roses is extremely important, especially if you plan on making it through this marathon that we call life. Taking the time to smell the roses. I'm reminded of this story about a wealthy man who had a son who developed a physical ailment, and he ended up dying before he got a chance to live a full life. Well, the wealthy man ended up dying because he loved his son so much of a broken heart. In his will, it read that he wanted all of his things auctioned off upon his death. So upon the auction, all the people gathered around to gather all the expensive things that this man had acquired over his lifetime. And the first thing that went up for auctioning was a painting of the man's son, which no one really cared to get into and no one wanted. And so the lady who was a nanny and who had cared for the boy for his entire time up until his death decided to bid just $1 for the painting, and she won. However, after that, the auctioneer said the auction is over. In the will, the rest of it read that actually whoever was to get the painting of his son would also get the entire rest of the estate that was going up for auction. And this lady ended up getting all of the belongings. This story reminds me so much of the idea that it's the simplest things, the things that we think are so unimportant, that are the things that matter the most so many times in life. Also, let me tell you about a time in which I had my own auctioning experience. It was when my daughter was proposing for me to go and get her some macaroni while I was trying to rush and make it to my meeting. And I had no one really to watch her at a particular time, and I had never missed a meeting. But she was so adamant about it. So I ended up stopping at one of my favorite places, The Beautiful, to get her some macaroni and cheese. Meanwhile, I had already decided, I guess, that I was just going to have to miss this meeting because I couldn't get in touch with anyone to actually watch her at this time. Well, long story short, I'm standing in line. There's a guy who is talking about he's about to retire. I let him know that I specialize in retirement and things like that, but it was the other guy behind him who heard it, who said, let me get one of your cards, and in turn, ended up becoming my biggest investment client to date. Now, what my daughter understood was Daddy was not taking the time to smell the roses. She also knew that macaroni was just a deflection, a derivative for me to find an opportunity. And also, lastly, she understood that it's the smaller things in life, not always the hugest things, that also bring you the largest things that you'll ever acquire in life. Take the time to smell the roses. Be blessed. Be encouraged. And as always, stay focused, my good people.